remember the quote? Do you remember what he said when after he was drafted? He was a 7th-round pick.
No, I thought you meant the quote in the car where he was talking about Vanderbilt before he was dismissed. You mean that quote?
I think a lot of people remember that one too.
You mean quote that one?
No, I've got a different one.
Okay.
This also was a selfie mode video on the phone, but it was a few years later. So,
okay,
yeah.
Which one now?
So after Jauan was drafted in the 7th round, 49ers essentially took a flyer on Jauan, right, instead of trying to get him as an undrafted guy. But the 49ers shared the video call with Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and then Jed York, the owner, hopped on the call too. But at the very beginning when he's talking to Shanahan and Lynch and the Jennings family, so excited. Yep. I'm not sure he knew exactly who he was talking to. I think he called everybody coach, including the owner. But it was just such a wonderful scene. But he said to them, I pulled the quote up, "Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. You're not going to be disappointed, I promise." And the response from Shanahan was, just keep playing with your physical style. They obviously had scouted him and recognized what his game was capable of doing. But I just saw that and thought, you want to talk about delivering on a promise. He said, you're not going to be disappointed, I promise. And he almost played a huge role in delivering a Super Bowl to the franchise. They didn't win, but even still, you want to talk about delivering on a promise and then some. As a 7th-round pick, most 7th-round picks, when they say, I'm going to give everything I have, they mean it. It's just it's not likely to work out.
Yeah, just not enough.
Yeah, it worked out so much that he succeeded as a player for them and now will earn his 2nd contract because of the way that he's worked to do so much on the field. I think that's awesome.
He's been responsible for other guys getting cut. I mean, Jalen Hurd and Jauan's on this same team, same room, playing the same position. And Jauan is the number 3 receiver. I mean, when they go 2 receiver sets, you see Brandon Ayuk and you see Debo Samuel out there. But when they go 3 receiver set, man, Jauan is out there. And to have a nickname 3rd and Jauan, that means you've earned the trust of your coaches. You've earned the trust, more importantly, of your teammates and your quarterback to deliver you the football in crucial situations. So he's going to get paid.
On 3rd down, he drew that hold from McDuffie.
He did.
One of the best players at his position in the NFL.
He did.
To extend that drive.
So he's going to be fine, man. He's going to get paid. What's cool, though, is Jauan wasn't always healthy here. There's a reason why he was drafted as low as he did because of some off-the-field concerns. But none of that has impacted him in the NFL. He's in the right place with the right people at the right time, and he's been healthy. He hasn't had any off-the-field issues. He has been a model citizen. He has been just a football player. And I think that's a lesson for people that sometimes look at a player that maybe is not reaching their full potential in college. Well, they just want to play football. They don't want to do all the other stuff. They don't want to do none of that class work and fake stuff that you have to deal with sometimes with coaches. Put Jauan around real dudes, real people, and let him play football and see how much he blossoms. And that's what we have seen since he's been in the NFL. He's been a better player. He's been an awesome teammate. He hasn't had any issues. He has been productive as you would think a 7th-round receiver could be.
Went to a great franchise as well to
find
the opportunity. But as you mentioned, he went to a franchise with legit competition to be out there on the field.
Jauan is so loyal. If he knows you're real and you care about him and you're about the right stuff, man, he'll run through a brick wall for you. But if you're phony, it's not going to bode well. And I think that's why he has some of his issues here at Tennessee. Going back and understanding what happened at Tennessee, we know why a dude like Jauan, who was so real, who was authentic and genuine, who loves the game of football, who loves Tennessee, we now understand even more why it wasn't a mesh for him here. We understand why it's a perfect fit and a perfect mesh for him in San Francisco.
Yeah. So hate it for him that he didn't win the Super Bowl. Ryan asked in the text box. Would there be a strong argument for him to have won MVP? Yeah, there would have been a strong argument.
Really?
I don't know that Christian McCaffrey wouldn't have won. I don't know that. Part of it would have been how do they finish that. Like if they had scored a touchdown and McCaffrey scored his second, I think he probably wins.
But he fumbled.
He did fumble.
Yeah, he did fumble.
He did fumble.
But if he
also
scored
had,
another touchdown.
He had 30 touches and, 160 yards?
Yeah, if he would have scored another touchdown, he probably would have been the MVP.
But if say, on 4th and 1 in overtime, the 49ers had stopped the Chiefs and won the game right there, then I think Jauan would have been the MVP. I don't know that, but I think that, and a lot of people have expressed that opinion.
Dude, that would have been so cool. That would have been so awesome if he won the MVP. I mean, and it's so cool to see so many people love him and cheer for him and in his corner. Like, it's triple the amount of Trey Smith. And Trey Smith was awesome here.
Yeah.
Probably actually was a better player here. Didn't have any issues. Had to sit out because of health concerns.
Has the adversity that he overcame off the field with his health, the way that he represented the University of Tennessee during a time of turmoil, and just everything that he is about.
But that just lets you know, like, how special Jauan is. Mm-hmm. To have more popularity than Trey Smith just lets you know, man, how people really, really think about him, feel about him. I mean, I know someone that named their daughter after Jauan. Mm-hmm. Her name is Jennings. And that just lets you know, man, if you come here to the University of Tennessee, you handle your business, you leave it out on the field or the court, you give your all for Tennessee, people will love you here. They will love you. And you saw that last night on social media. You saw that everywhere with even people not connected to Tennessee. Football fans loving Jauan because they appreciate how he plays the game.